Welcome back to the development of my 3D incremental game in Unity. Right now, I'm still preparing the main squirrel character, and we're getting very close to finally bringing everything into the engine and focusing on the actual gameplay. Today I prepared the model for texturing inside Substance Painter. First, I imported the model and changed the matching option to by mesh name. This is very important because your matching high and low poly meshes need to use the correct low and high naming. That way, Substance knows which high poly should bake onto which low poly piece. For the texture resolution, I chose 4K. That is definitely more than necessary for a game with this kind of scope, but since this is the main character, I wanted it to stay nice and sharp. One of the most important settings here is the ID map. I changed the color source to vertex color so the polypaint information I created earlier can be used properly inside Substance Painter. This will make separating the different parts and colors much easier when we start texturing. Then I adjusted the cage distance while checking the viewport. The goal is to remove any problematic red areas and make sure the high poly details are projecting correctly onto the low poly mesh. Another important setting is anti-aliasing. This helps remove some of the weird jagged edge problems that can appear during baking. For this character, I used 4x4 anti-aliasing. After checking everything, I pressed Bake Selected Textures and waited for Substance to finish. As you can see, the result was almost a perfect bake from the high poly to the low poly, which is more than enough for me to start the texturing process. I'll spend the next couple of videos showing some of the texturing workflow, and after that we can finally import the character into Unity and start focusing on the actual game development, so stay tuned.